Alright, what is up, y'all? We are here today for the week 1 of the PBL Team Builder and Battle. We go up against Sleevecard this week, and he's a pretty damn threatening team. It consists of Landorus, T, Entei, Keldeo, Raikou, Roserade, Klefki, Mega Pidgeot, Malamar, Mimikyu, and Audino. And he does have the Ghostium and the Farium Z crystals. So, looking at that, you can kind of tell that his team seems like it's going to be based around Mimikyu. So Mimikyu is obviously a huge threat, and even though I do have some stuff to deal with it, if it sets up enough SDs, it can just probably sweep me. So we do got to very well prepare for that, and luckily we do have kind of the counter, honestly. Scizor, Sizzy6 here, max defensive. I'm able to OHKO him with Bullet Punch with little to no investment, and I do take +2 Shadow Claws pretty much all day. I do take Never Ending Nightmare depending on Jolly or Adamant or whatnot, and rocks if hazards. He does have Klefki, so spikes are probably going to be a thing. But basically, I should eat just about any hit from that Mimikyu. Now, this is at level 50 because this will be on Wi-Fi, so the rolls are a little bit different than, you know, level 100 showdown type stuff like I'm used to, but whatever, we'll hope for the best. You know, it's pretty standard set, just U-turn, defog, Bullet Punch, Roost. Like I said, Klefki is a thing, so we're going to need the defog there, and then U-turn for momentum, Bullet Punch to stop that Mimikyu and whatnot. Then, we have Mega Diancie, who is also pretty fucking standard. I just needed just enough speed to outspeed, I believe it was the Mimikyu, or something along those lines. I don't actually have my notes in front of me like I should, but Mimikyu, no, Keldeo, that's what, that little bastard. Yeah, so, Keldeo or Landorus should be Scarf versus me. I think Keldeo is the better Scarfer because I do have a Blacephalon, and he outspeeds me by 1 point, so he could just slap a Scarf on that bad boy, and then just kind of scald through my whole team. And that's no fun. So, this guy, I could run like a Rock Polish set, and then kind of just set up and sweep him, but I wanted Protect so that way I can lead with this guy, and kind of prevent the hazards from coming up, and then I can scout and see if he has something like Flash Cannon. Klefki does not get Iron Head, which is good, but it does get Flash Cannon, of course, and then versus my team, I think he'll be running something like Spikes, Foul Play, potentially Screens, but I think Toxic is more likely, so Foul Play, Toxic, Spikes, and then basically which we got to see what coverage move he has. If he has if he has Foul Play, if he has Play Rough, then Diancie can set up rocks in front of it and start chipping away at it. If it has Flash Cannon, then Zygarde sets up on it if he does not have Foul Play. And I am invested enough to where I can live one Foul Play after a D-Dance because I have a shitload of bulk in that guy. So basically, the point of Diancie here is to scout out what the Klefki's going to want to be doing, and then just fire off some attacks, really. Then, we have good old Zygarde. I fucking love me some Zygarde, man. 1,000 arrows is all you really need. He does have the Entei, which I can set up on pretty easily, but obviously I'm going to be burned. So I got Facade on there just so, if I'm not able to get a sub up, because it does not break my sub, that I can just throw off Facades and kind of just sweep his team. He doesn't really have any resist to 1,000 arrows because they don't exist, but yeah, it'll be able to do some damage. He doesn't have a bulky grass type except for Roserade, and that doesn't want to take 1,000 arrows either. So Substitute should be good on this guy, and also I apologize, I'm still just a little sick, but we're getting over it. Then we have our Z Crystal user, which is Shitty Kitty. And also I should mention, Diancie doesn't have a nickname in the battle because that's the event Diancie, and I can't nickname it, so rather than quote-unquote breeding a whole nother Diancie and getting it, I just use that one, so fuck off. But Z Parting Shot is basically a healing wish, but it does not give you this, if you're status, you still keep the status, but basically gives me 2 chances at sweeping with either Blacephalon or Zygarde. So that'll be fun. It'll allow me to play a little more recklessly with Zygarde, knowing that I can heal it back up pretty much at any time. Foul Play is just great versus him. Just do a lot of damage and stuff. And then U-turn because he has a Malamar. And if he's smart, he'll probably go hard Malamar every time this guy's out. because if I go for Parting Shot, then he gets an attack raise and a special attack raise. And that's not very good, because Malamar is actually pretty thick, and with a couple superpowers, it can be quite powerful. And that basically means I have to sack something so I can go in and Moonblast it with Diancie. Then we also have Taunt, just because this thing is a pretty good counter to Klefki. Play Rough does very, very little because I do have the Fur Coat ability in max HP. So, especially after a Parting Shot, it's not doing very much to anything. So we have Taunt just because he can't Toxic or T-Wave me or anything, since I am a Dark type and I'm immune to Prankster. And then we can Taunt it and prevent it from getting up spikes or something like that. Then we have our Keldeo counter, our Landorus counter, our Entei counter, our no, that's pretty much it. Just those. Sorry, just half the man's team. This thing walls. Max defense Slowbro just takes hits, man. It is a bulky fucking guy. And we do have Calm Mind on there, just because he doesn't really have a good switch into this. He can go Klefki and T-Wave me or Toxic me or something, but I can just Calm Mind up on that thing and throw off Scalds. He will be burned eventually, and you know, it'll unless he's Calm Mind as well, he cannot really take the hits from this guy. So Paul should be high on Paul, rather should be pretty good versus him. And then last but definitely not least, we have our Modest Choice Scarf Blacephalon with Mind Blown. That just guarantees me a kill, basically. This thing is just so damn strong. Crazy high special attack. And then it's just fast enough to outspeed most of his team, basically except for the Keldeo. So then, once again, Scarf Keldeo is a huge problem for me. But if he locks himself into Secret Sword, then this guy's coming right in. But yeah, we will have to scout for that. Basically, if you look at his team, the only thing that will be weak, the only thing that really wants to take hits from this guy is Audino. I guess just because he's immune to the Whatchajigger, he's immune to the Shadow Ball, and then he has a huge HP stat, so Mind Blown actually doesn't kill him. But if he does bring the Audino, I imagine that's going to be his switch into this. I can trick it, and then, see what he's going to do, and if it's tricked and locked into Wish or something, Zygarde sets up on it, and it's not a problem at all. So with that, that's really basically it. I just have Mind Blown as well as Flamethrower, just so I can Mind Blown one thing, and then still be at like 49% or whatever, and then still get some Flamethrowers off. So hopefully it'll do some work. Let's jump into the battle. Alright, so here we are with the battle. As you can see, he did not bring the Audino. He didn't bring the Mimikyu. So already, this is already looking way better for me than it should, honestly. I'm just going to lead right off with Diancie, as we talked about. I can just protect right up and just scout out what he wants to do, basically. Try to see if he has the Flash Cannon. Try to see if he wants to get up hazards immediately. Basically, just kind of see what this guy wants to do. I've never played Sleevecard before. I looked at his channel a little bit, but I couldn't really determine what kind of player he was. So, better safe than sorry. I'm just going to scout him out. Usually, I'm a bit more of an offensive player than this, but this is week 1. I don't want to fuck anything up too bad, so I do just want to see what's going on. Now, this gets very interesting very fast, because he goes for the Thunder Wave. Now, this makes me think he doesn't know what Magic Bounce does, or he forgot about Mega Diancie having the Magic Bounce, and he does Thunder Wave himself, as I take this opportunity to get up my Stealth Rocks. Now, the thought did cross my mind that he was just baiting me on the first turn, kind of figuring I would go for Protect, but that was a little unlikely, so I kind of just went for Stealth Rocks and kind of just said, fuck it. So now, this is actually pretty funny. I was checking to see what the base power of Power Gem versus Moonblast was, and I actually just ended up clicking Power Gem when Moonblast was, in fact, the stronger of the two. So, I accidentally clicked Power Gem here. I was still clicking one of the two, because I knew Klefki was probably going to switch out, because it didn't seem like he had Flash Cannon, but Power Gem does a shitload to this Landorus, and I can tell by the damage this is offensive AF, and he's not going to want to stay in unless he's Scarf. So he goes for Earthquake, and I'm like, okay, well this is Scarf Landorus, obviously. So I just get up out of there. I have a Slowbro waiting for this guy. Unless he isn't Scarf and he throws off a Toxic, then I really have nothing to worry about here, because Earthquake it does a good chunk, because that is, in fact, an offensive Landorus, but Paul is quite possibly the thickest boy on the team, and he does not care. So I get my lefties back, and then he actually goes for the U-turn. So I've been baited. This man's Sleevecard is a master baiter of fucking making me think he was Choice Scarf. So I could have just stayed and clicked Moonblast or Power Gem again and killed that thing, but instead I made the safe play and went to Slowbro. Now he has no Scald Switch-ins, and if I can burn this thing, it will cancel out the leftovers if he's going to be Subcalm Mind, which is very good versus me. And then also, you know, Residual plus Rocks is always nice. We do get the burn on the first try, which is fucking awesome. And after lefties and regenerate, I'll be at like 85% or something like that. So I can still come on in and wall the Landorus and the Entei and all that good stuff. And like I said, I do have the Z Parting Shot in the back, so I'm not too scared about playing recklessly with Squishy here. It is my ground type, the only one that I have. So if he goes for HPS, good play. But he is spooky as hell over here, and he just throws off the Z Shadow Ball, I believe. So he hits me with a Never-Ending Nightmare, and that's not going to be very fun, because look, he just fucking takes me to the goddamn Unlimited Blade Works world over here and fucking just gets my ass with all kinds of anime references, and crits me, in fact. So now I can't actually live another Shadow Ball. I figured since he didn't go for HP Ice right off the bat, he probably doesn't have it. So just to be sure, I scout and go into Shitty Kitty, which is a speed tie with this Raikou, and he throws off another Shadow Ball, which pretty much shows me he doesn't have HP Ice, which was odd. But I mean, I guess you wouldn't really need HP Ice if you hit me with a Shadow Ball plus a Z Shadow Ball. That would probably kill me anyways. But then again, he did crit me, so who knows? But I lose the speed tie there, which is unfortunate. Which, I mean, I lose the cat battle because I have the shittier kitty, and I just throw off a foul play. And he does make the good play, expecting the Parting Shot and go into Mimikyu, but I ain't trying to let this man get free boosts, so we just go for the foul play, get off some solid damage, and then I can go for the U-turn, which it wasn't, depending on what his investment was, which I couldn't really tell very much from the foul play, because level 50 calcs are fucking tough, man. But I bring him down to the red, and I know for a fact, based by that damage, that he has little to no attack investment, and I should be able to live the superpower pretty easily. And again, I'm playing pretty aggressively with this Zygarde because I know I can just heal it right back up. We live at 9%, and I have just enough attack investment to be able to take down this Malamar at +1 defense. He's at pretty low health, but he's eating the leftovers, and you know, he gets back into yellow. So he's at, like, what does yellow mean, 25% or something like that? But I did about 30 min, so it wasn't a problem, not a roll or anything. Just kill that guy, and Squishy is looking super low HP, but I'm still eating my leftovers too, and yeah. He can go out into the Keldeo now, obviously, and I was predicting this to be Scarf. This made sense to be the best Scarfer versus me, but yeah, I just switch right out. I have a Slowbro for this. Unless he goes for Calm Mind and he has HP Electric, I wall the tits off this Keldeo. I wall the dildo right off his forehead. And he just goes for the Icy Wind. I eat that like nothing. And my first instinct was to double here, predicting the Raikou to come in, but I was like, wait a minute. Raikou's low as fuck, and this guy is Life Orb, not even fucking Scarf, so I can just throw off a Psyshock and kill the Raikou on the way in, because it has like 70 defense, and after Rocks, Burn, all that shit, it's killing. I don't even need Rocks or Burn, actually. I think this still did about 35%, just because Slowbro is pretty strong, and Raikou's defense isn't the best, as we just talked about. So can kill that guy, and I'm sitting pretty here, and I can be almost back to full from my lefties, you know. So after this, he is forced to go into Landorus. He doesn't really have anything for Keldeo, I mean for Slowbro. So I thought he would just go for the Earthquake, get as much damage off on me as possible, and then try to come in with something else and do some damage, but he actually goes for the Rock Slide. I think he's trying to flinch me down because he knows Earthquake is going to do about 35%, so he needs a good few Rock Slide flinches to do anything. And at this point, I still haven't lost any Pokemon. It was about this point in the battle I was like, holy shit, I can 6-0 this man. So for differential's sake, I went ahead and started trying to do that. So Paul's still in here looking fat as fuck, man. He goes into the keys, and I figured If anything, now he would go for the Toxic if he has it. He could also try to T-Wave me. He could try to set up spikes. I don't really know what he's going to want to do, but I am defensive as fuck on this guy, and I'm immune to Prankster. So we go right into Shitty Kitty. Now, I can go for my Z move. You know, he used the Ghost Z move. I use the Dark Z move. We'll see who's fucking spookier, buddy. And yeah, unfortunately, mine is a support Z move, so I don't get the cool animation or anything. But Z Parting Shot is going to lower this guy's attack and special attack, making it to where Play Rough does not break the sub on my Zygarde, which is fucking insane. It's a super effective move. What the hell? And Squishy comes right all the way back up to full health. And god damn it, you know what time it is. I haven't seen him click Foul Play. I haven't seen him click Toxic. He just goes right for the Play Rough now. And as you see, that does not do 25% to me. It might be a roll, but especially with the leftovers, I don't really give a fuck. So, if he has Toxic, I expect him to click it here. But he actually goes for the spikes. So rather than set up a sub and then be 25% lower health and then be Toxic, I figured I'm just gonna D-dance up. And since he didn't foul play me, he didn't do anything like that or Toxic me, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's get a little greedy on him. I'm just eating my lefties. Fucking Play Rough is gonna do nothing. So I just D-dance again just to make sure. At this point, I was like, all right, I'm done calcing. Even if he's Shuka, I'm gonna blow this man away. And if he does, for some reason, still have the Toxic, and he just hasn't wanted to Toxic me yet, then I still have the Facade just to hit stuff with if I want to, you know, for his ground resist that he definitely has in the back. There's a fourth Pokemon we can't see there, and yeah, so he switches out Klefki. He's tired of me setting up for free. Goes into Keldeo as I actually go for the 1,000 arrows this turn. Yeah, it's pretty much Dunskies. I thought also he could have the potential for like a Reflect or something. I didn't see an item on the Klefki, I don't think. I might have just seen one and I already forgot, but yeah, I didn't know what its set was the entire time. I just assumed Fizdef with either like Shuka or Light Clay, something like that. Maybe Rocky Helmet, perhaps. In testing, Klefki was a fucking problem, but yeah, no Shuka. That thing just goes straight down. And all he has left is the Entei. I have Rocks up, I have 2 Dragon Dances up, and this is looking like it's going to be a motherfucking Zygarde sweep for the win. Yeah, 3 Mons is considered a sweep, right? But basically, I think the only way he was able to stop this is he had to go for Play Rough every time and try to get me in range of like a Bandit E-Speed, which I don't even know if that was his set. So yeah, Entei goes down. 6-0 versus Sleevecard, week 1 of the PBL. Good game to him. We talked a little bit after the match, and we were both really surprised at some of the plays that happened and stuff. So definitely go check him out. His link will be down below. Shout outs to Dark Devil for recording the battle for me. That guy's the real MVP. His link will also be down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is our first week in the PBL. I think we did pretty good for week 1, and uploads will be, I think, every Thursday or Friday every week. So yeah, expect that. Thanks everybody for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do all that bullshit, and I'll see you later. Bye forever.